Let's preview Cowboys Rams with former NFL defensive lineman, Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, and sideline reporter / analyst D'Marco Farr here on the Diamond Factory Hotline. Good morning, man. Thanks for waking up with us.
Good morning. What was that insurance company you just advertised? Maybe Matthew Stafford could use it.
Oh
no. Does he need one?
Who would have thought that the Dallas Cowboys offensive line would be in a better shape than Tampa Bay, who we've played, Washington, who we played, Cincinnati, and now maybe even you guys? How bad is it up front?
You know, it's funny. I mean, teams around the league, you don't really laugh, but you kind of laugh at other teams' misfortune, and then here you are as the Rams, you're starting third stringers as a center, as both guards are basically third stringers, and your left tackle is new. He's new to the job. So, yeah, it's pretty daunting right now. It got really crazy in San Francisco. Watching Matthew Stafford take that beating up there on Monday night, I was thinking, man, thank God this is on grass. You know, grass leaves stains. If it's on AstroTurf, it leaves parts of you on the field. So just punishing. But, yeah, I mean, you've got to find a way to, coach around this. I'm not sure if you can if you're Sean McVay, but you have to find a way because no one's going to feel sorry for you.
Okay, so the O-line should be getting more blame than Stafford, who is always a polarizing guy, played his high school football around here, but there's a lot of people who think that he got overrated after the Super Bowl win, but you're blaming the offensive line more.
Well, it's Nick Bosa just absolutely, just ripped them a new one. I mean, I think they had 11 pressures and 7 sacks. I mean, that's how can you blame Matthew Stafford? He's not blocking, but the blame goes all around, coaching staff included. But, Matthew Stafford gets a little gunslinger. He gets a little happy, but he's super aggressive trying to put the ball in the box. So I would never begrudge a quarterback throwing picks like that. I worry about the guys who are just throwing picks, just trying to chuck and duck. This guy's at least trying to score touchdowns.
D'Marco Farr joining us here on Shan RJ 105.3 The Fan. Is Jalen Ramsey's career on the downturn?
Wow. You know what? I think he was a little banged up. And it's hard. It's hard to get a read on Jalen because he's so private until he gets on the field, and then he lets, himself go. But I think he was battling an injury to begin the year. And in the Super Bowl, I mean, Mike Evans will take anybody deep. That was in the playoffs. In the Super Bowl, I don't think he got any help from the officials. And then to start the year, didn't have a lot of preseason, and he was coming off a shoulder surgery. So it took him a little bit to I guess, work himself into game shape. Against Arizona, looked great. He was his normal, violent, physical self, plus he was a, top-flight cover guy. So a little bit weird, not a lot of pressure outside of Aaron Donald. So I don't care who you are. You could be Deion Sanders. If a quarterback has all day to throw, eventually they're going to find some dead spots. But if the Rams can find a way to generate pressure, then I think we can get back to seeing the Jalen Ramsey that we're used to seeing because that guy still exists.
Is Donald having a slow start to his year?
No, I think Aaron Donald's doing all he can. Maybe he's getting a little long in the tooth. Everybody does at some point, but he's still a one-on-one matchup nightmare. But the problem is, outside of him, who's getting to the quarterback? The next guy on the list, when you talk about sacks and pressures, is Bobby Wagner. That's an inside linebacker, not an outside linebacker. So there's just no heat coming from anywhere else outside of Aaron. And teams do a pretty good job of running 2 or 3 guys at Aaron to slow him down. So, again, same with Sean McVay on the offensive side. Raheem Morris has got to find a way to coach around this and manufacture some pressure. If not, Jimmy Garoppolo and everyone else, Cooper Rush, will find dead spots in the zone or versus man coverage and make you pay for it.
D'Marco, Aaron Donald doing all this at his size still doesn't make any sense to me. Was there a guy when you played where it just didn't make any sense that they played so much bigger than they looked or that they were listed and you were just wowed by it, or is it Donald by a mile?
He still amazes me, man. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. The guy someday that will make me forget about Aaron Donald is going to be something special because I never thought there'd be a guy on this planet that would make me kind of forget about Reggie White and what he could do strength-wise.
Well, we have him. You're gonna see him on Sunday.
Who's that guy?
Micah Parsons.
Oh, Micah Parsons. I mean, that's an outside linebacker. That's a different deal. You know what I mean? That's just special all the way around.
I know. I was just trying to troll you.
No, I got you. I mean, look, he's a mobile DJ party. You can set him up anywhere and have a block party. But I mean, just strength-wise, what he can do, talking about Aaron, is unbelievable. And then you realize he's not the biggest guy in the world, but when you see the guy work out, when you see him go against other guys that are at least 50, 60 pounds heavier, and he's still moving them or damn near throwing them, it still makes you go, wow.
Does Matt Stafford not like Allen Robinson? Like, why is he not throwing to him?
Man, great question. We usually do the coaches show on Mondays after Sunday's games. On short weeks, we have the GM. So Les Snead made a great point, and it's basic football. You know, Allen Robinson is a deep threat. He's a one-on-one problem for any cornerback outside the numbers, and you need to drop back to 7 to get him the football. To make him effective. Well, if you can't protect that long, then you may as well not have him on the field. But I think that's the issue. And Matthew Stafford gave him some chances. There were some slants he missed versus Arizona that it should have been walk-in touchdowns, or the game last week where you have to have a first down. Stafford laid one in, and he came up just a yard short. You've got to find a way to get that first down. So if there's blame to be had, it's blame all around. It's not one guy not looking for the other. He has. You've got to take advantage of your opportunities when they come to you.
Is there a better receiver in the league than Cooper Kupp?
Man, that's a great question. You know, I'm sure there are some faster guys, and in the traditional sense of outside the numbers, Randy Moss, let me go up and catch it, there might be some better athletic guys. But as far as an all-around, you can hand it to him. He's a factor in the run game because he blocks. He's letter perfect in route running. No. For what Cooper Kupp does, I don't think there's anyone better in the National Football League. The problem is, I said this to Les Snead, the GM, just this Tuesday. Great. Cooper Kupp had 14 catches. Wait a minute. Cooper Kupp had 14 catches. Where's everyone else?
Yeah.
So at some point, you're going to wear this kid out. So you've got to support him so he can continue to do these things on into December.
You be Dan Quinn. You're a defensive guy. Is it the old Luka Doncic MJ strategy of let him get his and limit everyone else, or are we going to Belichick him with 2 or 3 people and take him out?
You know, right now, I mean, if I was playing the other side and looking at what D'Amico Ryans just did is you just call your stuff. I think your game plan is to get after the quarterback. If he can get it off to Cooper Kupp, then so be it. Run him down, make a tackle. If not, there's a good chance you're going to get there and disrupt. And once you start tagging quarterbacks, eventually, and Matthew Stafford's no different from any other quarterbacks, once he starts getting hit, he may start to release a little bit early, and then you're subject for a pick six or an interception or a turnover. So I would say play your stuff if you're Dan Quinn. And I remember when he was here with Atlanta, he did the same thing to Sean McVay. Nothing tricky with the Falcons' defense. He just made the Rams run a slalom course through his defense to make plays, and they wound up winning the football game. So, yeah, I would just call your stuff and see what you can do.
Former NFL player, you can hear why he's an analyst. D'Marco Farr here on Shan RJ previewing Sunday with the Cowboys and the Rams. Where are you on the Cooper Rush respect level, and how much scarier is this game today than you thought it was going to be a few weeks ago?
This might be taking it a step too far, but he does remind me, or the situation reminds me of Kurt Warner, because when you watch Cooper Rush and Dallas on tape, it looks like he's been the starter since August. There's no fear. They run their stuff. Everyone has a role in the offense, and he delivers the football. If you can protect him, you've got problems. If you get Zeke going, you've got some serious issues. So, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a tough situation when Dak is ready to go because, I hope that the Rams win this week, but there's a good chance that this guy might be undefeated by the time Dak is ready.
Would you think twice if you were Mike McCarthy?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you? If you have a quarterback that's winning for you, I don't care who's on the bench.
But doesn't it matter how he's winning, DeMarco? Dak led an offense that was scoring the most in the league last year. The defense is kind of carrying them still. Oh, no doubt. Same with Garoppolo in San Francisco. But the one thing I learned from the movie Major League is you don't mess with a win streak.
I learned a lot of things from Major League. I don't know if I learned that one.
What is the crowd disparity going to be Sunday?
Wow. It's always a factor here. And I've said this before. The Rams have some what do you call it? Some deep. It's a deep fan base. There's a deep love of the Rams here in Los Angeles. But in Los Angeles, there are a lot of people out there that are in business. So if they can sell that ticket for more than they bought the season tickets, they will do it. So you just have to understand what's coming. San Francisco travels well. Buffalo travels well. Dallas definitely travels well. So you'd be fooling yourself if you didn't think there's not going to be a lot of Cowboys fans in SoFi this weekend.
Does it go Rams, Raiders, Chargers? Is that sort of the
Lakers?
No. I'm talking about just the football team.
Oh, football-wise?
Yeah.
Right now, Rams, Raiders, Chargers, because the Rams just won the Super Bowl. Any average year, you'd say the Raiders would creep right back up there. Some of these people are just not going to let go of their silver and black, and I get that. I grew up a Raider fan, so they're just not going to let it go. But as long as the Rams keep winning and keep giving them reasons to cheer on their own LA football team, then you'll start to grow that fan base a little bit more.
Man, dude, an interview with you gets our phone lighting up. DallasCowboys.com texted, that's Bull Durham, not Major League, but I respect it. And then the Playmaker just texted saying, tell D what's up. I did a show with him, so hello from Michael Irvin.
My man. I love Mike. I miss Mike. Good to hear from you, bro. Can't wait to see you.
Give us a good Irvin story that you can tell on the radio.
I can't. You know what? I'll tell you this. Michael is polarizing. You know this, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very.
Okay. So my family is on the opposite side. So when I told them I'm doing a show with Michael Irvin, they're giving me all this negative stuff. So that's what my head was full of until I met him and rode in a limo with him from San Diego to Los Angeles because we were doing that show together. And as we talked, I realized this dude loves football. He loves competing. He has a deep love of this game. So you might miss that if you're just watching Michael Irvin, the TV guy. But if you get in the same room and talk about how he loves the game, the passion of the game, yeah, it's really, really inspiring.
Hey, man, this was fantastic. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Keep up the great work and career, and enjoy the game on Sunday.
Okay, man. Talk to you guys soon.